8D. This is a public hearing regarding dilapidated structures in the Historic Preservation Landmark District. There are two items.
Vice Mayor, can we take those separately?
Absolutely. We'll address item D1A first. It's 304 Northwest 22nd Street. It's a detached garage in Ward 6.
This is a situation, this item has been deferred a number of times, and my understanding is that some work has actually been done on the structure, but it was done without a permit, and we need to take the opportunity to go inspect it and make sure it was done in a safe and sound manner. So I would move that we declare this property dilapidated.
Second. And we are voting on item D1A only. Cast your votes. Passes unanimously. On to item D1B. It's 1000 Northwest 37th Street. It's a garage apartment, Ward 2. And Mr. Bill Comstock has signed up to speak on this. Sir? If you'll state your name and address for the record, please.
Bill Comstock, 501 Northwest 13th Street in Oklahoma City. I represent the owner of this property, Mr. Gene Von Stein. As all of you are aware, this has been deferred numerous times. The council is probably sick of seeing this property appear on here, but we submit it's not in the dilapidated condition the city contends it is. Mr. Von Stein has been working diligently, now frantically, to secure the funding to renovate this property or get the property in the hands of somebody that does have the resources to remodel this, get it off this list, and hopefully restore it to the historical property that it always was and hopefully always will be. If this council is inclined to declare it dilapidated, I would urge that you defer the demolition date. We would be happy to provide updates. I'm confident there is going to be progress made. Myself and many others, certainly the owner, would hate to see this property torn down.
Vice Mayor, this property has been deferred at least 2 times. It sits just east of Western Avenue, Northwest 37th, just across the street from Crown Heights Methodist Church. A beautiful old Art Deco building, four units with a 4-car garage. And Mr. Comstock's right. It's a property that it behooves all of us to work to keep. And I don't know anybody that's intent on doing away with Mr. Comstock. Mr. Von Stein here is with us this morning, the owner. And I agree that he has been working diligently in the last several weeks to do what's necessary. The problem is it's been in that state of disrepair for some years. I don't want to get into a debate on how long it's been that, but the neighborhood's been watching it, monitoring it. The neighbors had conversations with Mr. Von Stein, and not until it got on this list did we really begin to see some really assertive action. And no question about it. There's been a lot of communication to staff recently about plans and intent, and this is, I have to understand that this is just the garage. It's on the docket. The house is separate from that. It's important to save the garage as well. Understand that, want to do everything we can. I just want you to know, and Mr. Von Stein to know, that it is everybody's intent to save this property, both the garage and the house. I think it's in the best interest of all that we keep it on this list. And as you say, you've begun to make updates with the staff. They're aware of that. They see the work that's being done. Understand there's a lot of look at how this garage, at least the facing of it, can be salvaged. Part of it may have to come down. And I know that there is a investor that is very interested in this property and working closely with Mr. Von Stein. So I believe it's all going to happen, but I think it's happening because we finally have put it on this dilapidated list with the intent to get movement on it. And as long as this communication continues with the staff, intents, bids, estimates, we're going to be working with you. It's not going to be coming down. Charles, just confirm some of this for them? Because I'd like to see it stay on so that we can continue moving in the way that's been moving.
I don't think I can say it any better than you did. I mean, it's leaving it on today doesn't alter the fact that they can continue to work on this property, and as long as they make progress, of course, as usual, we'll work with them.
And you've been having contact from them
Sure.
the last few weeks already?
Yeah.
Unless council has other questions, I'd like to leave it on the list.
If you show this picture, what is the progress? I just want to get a little bit of clarification as to...
Well, the initial process is they've actually started contacting us, where they haven't in the past. They've given us estimates, and they've got some, I believe they've talked to our chief building inspector about potential either investors or selling the property. Up until then, we really haven't had no contact at all with the owners over a period of years. That's why we wish to, to leave this on.
This is the garage?
It's a garage apartment, yes.
Do you have a picture that backs off from it more? Okay.
Pete, did you have a follow-up, or you just wanted to see the pictures? So are we good? Motion, second. Okay, everybody. All right, we're going to leave it on. Cast your votes. Passed unanimously.
Thank you.